Hey you guys, today I'm gonna do Real Housewives of Atlanta season 7 episode 3. Not going play by play. I'm just gonna talk about the girls or whatever. So, it started off with Kenya and her aunt. They're going to, I think, like a little plant place or whatever, looking for some plants. And she's just basically, her aunt was asking her about the other ladies or whatever. And she was telling her that she's only really cool with Cynthia, and how she went to Nene's party. I mean, not Nene's party, Cynthia's party, and how everything went about, and how Todd apologized and all this kind of stuff. And her auntie was basically telling her, like, because she felt like if they come and apologize to her, then she would be accepting or whatever, but she don't want to apologize to them or whatever. I think everybody needs to sit down and apologize to each other. Everybody have said some fucked up and hurtful things to each other. But I like her auntie was like, you just kill them with kindness. You be cool, and if they be evil, that's on them. But you kill them with kindness. So as her auntie and her is talking, then you got Phaedra and, Portia and Kandi, and Phaedra, they all meet up. But first it was Portia and Kandi. And, they were just talking about Cynthia's party once again. To me, Kandi, I don't want to say Kandi is messy because she was just chopping it up with her homegirls, and you know how you just talk to your homegirls and you just be like, okay, this will happen, this will happen. But there's some things I be feeling like Kandi don't need to be saying. So she was telling her how Cynthia said, this is what she don't need to be saying. Cynthia said that she didn't invite her to the party or whatever because Portia have been saying things about her, calling her a flip-flopper and all this other bullshit that she have been saying in the media. So I'm like, Kandi, you didn't have to tell her all of that part. You should have just been like, okay, the party was what it was, but all that, oh, she said this, you said this, all that shit is retarded. You could have just been like, well, she didn't invite you, but I think you guys need to talk about some things because miscommunication or whatever, especially if you're trying to get them to be back cool. So she ended up telling them how Todd, she told Portia first how Todd, not Todd, Apollo lied on Kenya. So she was just like, oh, whatever, shocked and all this kind of shit. Then Phaedra comes and they tell her what happened at the party and tell her how Apollo lied, and she was shocked, and she was saying how she's gonna apologize to Kenya for that. She was like, she's not innocent in everything, but if this is a lie, then I would apologize to her. She was believing what her husband told her, but I was sitting there like, okay, for 3 seasons and stuff like that, you were listening to what your husband told her, but you were still making your own mind up of Kenya. We can't put all this blame on Apollo because you women have your own mind. I'm not talking about Phaedra because that's her husband, but Kandi and Portia and Nene and all them kind of stuff. You guys just hurried up and jumped on Portia's bandwagon. Phaedra's bandwagon or whatever because that was y'all fucking friend instead of looking at the facts or whatever. So come on now. And apparently them text messages that was from last season, was the last season that they were showing text messages between Kandi and Kenya was supposed to have been from Apollo and all that. Apparently they wasn't what people were, not me, because I was always just like it's something fishy to the story, but apparently them text messages, because we didn't get to see everything, so apparently them text messages wasn't as flirty as what we thought it was going to be, that all of a sudden y'all all willing to take Apollo's apology and lie and all that for street value and want to apologize. So what was the text message really saying, Kandi? That y'all was still making her look like a hoe after the text messages. So anyway, Apollo ended up going to a lawyer's office to see what he can do with Phaedra and divorce and the kids, and he just basically trying to figure out if he can be able to still get Phaedra's money if something come about. That's basically all I was getting from Apollo. All that bullshit about you have to work at McDonald's after you just had season tickets. Motherfucker, that's how it happens when you get out of jail after doing some bullshit. Maybe if you was working at McDonald's in the first goddamn place, you wouldn't been stealing nobody's money. I'm not giving you no pass. That old whole thing with Phaedra and her kids trying to make it seem like she mother of the year. I was past that bullshit. Okay, you chilling with your kids, but to me it seemed like she more trying to turn her kids against Apollo than trying to make sure they okay with their dad going to jail and still trying to make sure they love their father when he come out of jail instead of not knowing him when he come out of fucking jail. I'm not cool with that. I'm just saying, that's what you married, Phaedra. Roll with it. That's what you married. Kenya and Claudia. Kenya got a friend now with Claudia, and she's happy. She's taking her around looking for furniture, and they acting like they fucking on the bed, and they both got men issues. They to me, they perfect for each other. They perfect for each other. That scene where Ricky Smiley was at her house and that bitch pulled off that track, I was rolling. I was like, damn, I like her. At least she real with the shit. Like, this ain't my ego. I'm just saying. Nene goes to Portia's house and her doorbell don't ring. Nene, that's supposed to be your friend, but you be throwing shade like a motherfucker to your friend. She was talking about this bitch got a Rolls Royce or whatever, but can't get her doorbell fixed. I was like, yes, the bitch got a hairline and can't get her doorbell fixed. Apparently she ain't got no friends to probably come over. Maybe that's why she ain't got fixed. I don't know. But your shit should be fixed if you over there perpetrating like you hood rich. Yeah, you hood rich, alright. That's some hood shit. Your damn doorbell don't work. But they sit there and they talked about Cynthia and how Nene she was so happy to be away from the drama, but she was so eating up all the drama that Portia was telling her about what happened at the party and about how homeboy lied. Everybody think it was about how homeboy lied or whatever. So then they started talking about Cynthia, and Portia was throwing so much shade at Cynthia, calling her a thought from her Ebony magazine photo. But then I seen a picture today. They were side by side. A Portia with a naked, almost the same damn pose. And Cynthia had the pose, and they put them side by side. But I was like, okay, Cynthia's look a little bit classier than yours. While you sitting here calling her a thought. That's my thing. You sitting here calling her a fucking thought, and you doing the same bullshit on Instagram. Talking about she taking them thought Instagram pictures. I'm like, really? Really? I don't know. It seemed like Portia trying to get a backbone and Cynthia trying to get a backbone this season. Because as Cynthia talking with Peter, Portia's talking with Nene, and they both is over there mad on what they're saying about the vlogs. Like, this is their first fucking season of this bullshit. You know y'all do interviews. You know y'all throw shade at each other. And then, Portia, you talking about homegirl flip-flopper. So are you. So are you. You just a dumb one. Like, I don't get it. I don't like Portia. It's something about her that I just be like, yeah, you're talking about Cynthia and Kenya's relationship, but what about you and Nene's relationship? That ain't no real fucking relationship either. Especially the way Nene talked about you in the confessional, talking about you got a new man and all that. I was rolling when Cynthia was talking about Portia fucking for bags and cars. I was like, oh, did she just throw her out there? But apparently, like they always say, Atlanta is so small and everybody know everybody's business. So apparently, now you're the whole trick this season, because they said, Cynthia said he was a married man. So now who's the hoe this season? Why you talking about motherfucking Kenya pussy loose and all this? Both of y'all, they killed me. Her and Portia was talking about Kenya's pussy loose, but I'm like, you're dating a married man for bags and purses. Nene, you rushed to hurry up and fuck with that Italian man on season 5? On season 5, after you hurried up and divorced Greg. That shit wasn't even fucking finalized, and you was fucking, you might not want to say you wasn't fucking him, but you sure was getting purses and bags from that, and shoes from the motherfucker. I'm just saying. So while y'all sitting there running around calling motherfucking Kenya a stripper and a thought and been around the motherfucking block. So have you, Nene. I read your first book. So have you, Nene. You've been around the fucking block too. While you trying to talk about her? You're talking about her, how she flirted with Apollo, but you flirted with Peter. Was it just me that saw that part? That Nene flirted with Peter? Like I said, everybody has a part to play in the bullshit, and don't nobody want to own up to it. The conversation with Cynthia and Portia at the end, they both wasn't listening to each other. They both was too busy trying to throw daggers and shade to each other that nobody was listening to each other. So that conversation went absolutely nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. The last thing I'm going to talk about, because it just wasn't for me, didn't care, was Kandi and Todd situation. Kandi wants a baby all of a sudden now that they're married. When I get that, you got a daughter, he got a daughter, now you guys want to bond together. But Kandi, this man is working. He said he was trying to give her a legitimate excuse of why he can't have a baby right now. And it's because he's working. He's going to be away for 4 months. Kandi, last season you were complaining about him working and being gone for six months. Or whatever, how long he was gone. But now he's telling you, like, I don't want to be the father that's not involved. And you can't handle that. I understand you getting older. But damn. Okay, if he come and stay in Atlanta, he's not getting no job. Then your mama really going to be talking about he unemployed and he this and this and that. At least he trying to fucking work. Then he got his daughter coming to live with y'all. He needs to fucking work. He got his 18-year-old daughter coming to live with them. You could tell there was some friction between Kayla, I think her name is, and Riley. You could tell they don't like each other because he was like, you ready to see a stepsister, Riley? And she was like, no. And then all the shade Riley was throwing at her, talking about her curfew. You shouldn't have no say, so you're a little girl compared to her. She's 18, she's grown. I don't understand. As long as she ain't out there wilding out, what's wrong with her staying out till 1 o'clock in the morning if she's not doing nothing that's going to get her in no trouble? But yeah, that... Kandi don't know how to raise... I'm not going to say she don't know how to raise kids because she did a good job with Riley. But this girl is already grown. So Kandi, you can't just come in playing mama. So kind of let that ease in and let Todd deal with that or whatever. That allowance shit, Riley talking about $100 to vacuum. Maybe because your mama got it. Because in my house, you live here, you fucking clean up. I mean, I understand with allowances and all that. I give my kids allowances when they do good grades. But you live in my house, you gonna clean the fuck up. Period, point, fucking blank. You got your own bathroom, you gonna clean that motherfucker up. It ain't mine. I don't come use the bathroom but to record. So yeah, I didn't too much care about the Kandi and Todd situation. That's all I had for Real Housewives of Atlanta. My bad, I was going to say New Jersey. Real Housewives of Atlanta season 7 episode 3. Tell me what you guys thought about it. I'm not team nobody. I'm not team Troll. I'm not team Phaedra. I'm not team Nene. I don't care. I'm team me. So yeah, tell me what you guys thought about it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, Xbox Live. I do everything but by The Ghetto View, THA, not THE. Make sure you check out Ashley Miller. The More Love TV 1, 2, I think it's the second one, has her Real Housewives. She got a new channel. So everybody that was rocking with Some More Love TV, with Some More Love, go check out her new channels and subscribe to her new channels. Make sure you check out Jamila TV, Platinum Rose, Squeaky Jones, Much Love from KY, Cemented. You know, just check out great YouTubers that conversate back. And I'll talk to you guys later. Alright, peace out.